So I'm going to switch our conversation to another part of the working waterfront. Sam Belknap, who you met earlier, is just steeped in the culture of this place, and has actually, I think, done something that I find quite remarkable. He's come from the fishing community here, gone on and pursued an academic background, and in a way that asks a lot of somebody to kind of to live in and of the place, and then to step outside of it and to try to look carefully at the place you grew up in. And I think that idea that you're able to balance kind of that empathy and objectivity really makes you a very unique contributor, and one that I know really adds to our team, and we're just really grateful for that. Can you talk a little bit about, kind of what is going on right now in seafood that you see, because that is fundamentally a 5% driver of our economy, huge down the peninsulas and on the islands. What are you seeing in terms of innovation, and if and what role, if any, we are playing and can be playing in that?
This is one of the most exciting times to be working on issues around the marine economy and the working waterfront and the seafood sector. The focus that is coming to this critically important sector from across the state and across the country is quite remarkable. Just as the pandemic started to really hit full force, Maine was awarded a $2 million Economic Development Administration grant to chart a roadmap for the marine economy, for the seafood economy for the next 10 years. Because of the Island Institute's longstanding relationships with fishing communities and ability to pull together diverse stakeholders, we were awarded the project management position for that. So we get to actively engage with the thought leaders across this fishing sector, whether they're lobstermen, whether they're aquaculturists, whether they're distributors, or whether they're researchers that are studying this. We get to work with a variety of folks to help put our best foot forward and our best thinking to paper on how to advance and learn the lessons from this past summer and chart a course for an exciting future, a more resilient future for fisheries. And I think in addition to this broad approach that's kind of laying out the strategy for how we get there, we're working every day with these partners to make sure that the capacity to see these recommendations and to see this roadmap through to fruition is there, because it's going to take a lot of folks working together to make sure that these recommendations are more than just a report that sits on a shelf, that they're actionable to advance the resilience of the coast and the communities that rely on the seafood sector.
Sam, when you're looking across kind of the broad industry, I know we as an organization have had great opportunity and good fortune to partner with Luke's Lobster and to think really specifically about how we build more resilience into the seafood supply chain, while also incentivizing some level of social and environmental responsibility. And as the point person on that project, I'm just curious, kind of, what are you seeing as somebody who's been in the industry? What is it about this opportunity that you think is different and may work this time? Because this is obviously not the first time somebody's cared about creating resilience in the seafood supply chain.
Yeah, Suzanne mentioned the concept of triple bottom line, and that's really the motivating factor behind this overall approach. So making sure that efforts towards sustainability aren't just economically sustainable, but they're socially and environmentally sustainable. And Luke's, their entire operation is the epitome of this. The effort that they dedicate to making sure that social, economic, and environmental returns are made at every turn. It's admirable. And they are the exact manifestation of the type of leadership that needs to happen along this coast. They recognize the challenge of getting fishermen's lobsters to market at the start of the pandemic, crafted a strategy around e-commerce that led to our amazing partnership. And it's a model that can not only serve the fishermen that they work directly with, but that can help lift all boats and help give Maine seafood a firmer hold on the country and across the globe. And by doing so, it brings more investments, more money back to these communities that rely on this. So, in reflecting upon both my history and my professional experience working on the waterfront, it's the cultural importance that fishing and the seafood sector plays on Maine's coast is never going to diminish. But how it approaches the challenges of climate change, the challenges of global pandemics, and the challenges of global markets will dictate how it propagates into the future. And I am constantly enthused by the conversations that are going on among leaders in this sector by what that future is going to look like.